One of the harder things about sailing is falling in love with so many places, people, and things, but having to leave them within such a short time. Bimini is one of the places that will always be dear to my heart, and I will cherish the memories from my last few weeks holding charters there. This week I hope you join me as I take the next step and start truly living as a solo sailor, going where the wind blows, this week being a very remote, off-grid location. I hope you continue to enjoy seeing the raw life of sailing, and please click that subscribe and notification bell for reminders when new episodes are live.
Crashing through my window, a shiver runs straight down my spine into the ground and fractures round wherever we...
I am super excited today. I'm going somewhere I've never been before. I'm going to be completely remote. I'll be shocked if I see another boat. I say today, but today's just a stop, and then it's just going to be the whole next week. And I'm leaving Bimini, and it's ending of one chapter, beginning of the next is how it feels. This is going to be a big test for me, a big test to see how I do completely alone with nothing around for a few days, because I've never been in that situation. And we're gonna see how my sanity does, we're gonna see how the boat does, and go from there. I'm really excited this week. So I'm really excited to take you along. Today is a 30-mile sail. I'm going to be anchoring surrounded by a coral reef, and that's it. And hopefully it's not too swelly. Shouldn't be worse than it is here right now. But time to get the boat ready and raise the anchor and put out the sails. So clearly my breaker panel is slowly going. I've had 2 switches break off, fan and the VHF. This VHF. I have my portable. We are about 2 hours in, going 6 knots with 16 to 17 knots of wind. Mako is not happy. Hey, bub. Hey. My autopilot sensor for the autopilot keeps falling off. It's fallen off 3 times. So that's an ongoing struggle still. But we're moving along nicely. 3-foot chop, not bad. And should be there within 4 hours. So not a bad sail today. Really nice to be out here. It's been, I don't know how many hours, probably three hours of this, and I haven't even read a page of the book. I've had music off for a while. I'm just sitting here. It's so peaceful and so nice to be back out here. Mako! Oh, don't chew my fishing line. I think we're good. This is home. For the night. I've been taking this afternoon very slow. I've had a few meetings. I've read, I've napped, I'm editing, but the sun is setting and it is so beautiful here. I do have to say it's really amazing with Starlink that I can be out in the middle of nowhere and have cell reception. I was FaceTiming my family earlier and it's really amazing. I struggled to turn it off today while I was sailing. I'll be honest, I kept checking my email and I kept checking things. And I hope this week I have the discipline to turn it off a little bit more, because it is really amazing when it's off. And knowing that a few months ago I would have never had service here. But it's a blessing because it's also a way to stay in touch and safety. But I don't need it. And it's so nice to take a break, but it's so hard to take a break when everything's at your fingertips and it's a simple button. It's another beautiful night here in the Bahamas. I'm feeling so blessed right now. I really wanted to enjoy my morning coffee and edit a little bit, but I can see everything now. I think it's about time to raise anchor. So I'm going to start raising anchor in about, I'm going to give it 15 minutes and head on our way. It's going to be a really long day and I'd like to get to land before complete dark. Come on, Mako. We're going to go, okay? Come on. Come. I get a lot of questions on what I use for Mako, and I use rabbit goo harness. So far it works. I have multiple sizes. I've used their brand since he was a kitten, and I have a size bigger as well, but it's still too big for him. So we're still on the one he's been using for about a year. I love. sails out. I'm leaving the engine on because we're about to go through a cut, and I'll want it for control through the current. Long day sailing ahead, and should be beautiful.
Long as the sun hangs in the sky, long as the winds stay on my side, I will ride. I will ride.
It's a little sporty out here, mainly because I'm going upwind, but 2 to 4 foot chop. The autopilot sensor kept falling off the quadrant, so I spent the past 30 minutes trying to figure out what's going on. So that is duct tape, because every wave we hit, it falls right back off. But so far, now we're going good, going really, really upwind, going 7 knots, and it's beautiful. I only have the head sail on. We're going 7.5 knots. Well, 7.8 just now. So, yeah, beautiful, sunny, 15 feet of water. I couldn't ask for better conditions today. I just put out the main, well, it's about half out, and speed is picking back up. The wind has slowly died. It's gone down about 5 knots since we started this morning, so now it's 10 to 15 knots. It's absolutely beautiful out here. 1 to 2 foot chop and 15 feet of water. It really doesn't get any prettier than this. The only thing that would make this day better is if autopilot was really working. Could see this water. I mean, I don't know if it's going to show up this blue in the footage, but wow. 80 miles of this and nothing else. Now the wind has died to 12 knots. I'm only going 5 knots now. So the closest spot for like a protected area would be about 20 miles, which at my rate will be 4 hours, which would get me there at 6 p.m. So I could probably make it a little further. Really, once I get to that point, I can anchor at any time. So that's the really cool thing, is I can, once I feel like I should stop, I can just stop. If there's not a ton of coral heads, I can keep going a little bit longer, but it's nice to anchor when it's still light out.
The wide open road and the shirt upon my back are all that I have with me. The high rolling world is a sight to be seen, and it's unfolding beneath me.
I brought the sails in because I couldn't adjust this and adjust the sails and steer at the same time, which sucks. Wind's directly in my face now, but it was a little intense for a little bit. Rails were in the water, full sails out, which is great. and it's a lot of fun, but it's not fun when I'm struggling to steer and I know I need to bring them in and I can't go get them. I am deciding I'm officially gonna get a hydrovane. I can't deal with this anymore. It just gradually gets worse as time goes on, so I just set it, but in a few minutes it's gonna be swinging. Look how bad that is. And some of you have donated money for a hydrovane in the past because you've seen my struggles with autopilot, and I can't tell you how much that means to me, and that money has been saved up for it. It's a big addition to this boat, and one thing I'm adjusting is the dinghy davits, and there's no way a hydrovane could fit there right now. So there's a lot of adjustments coming. Anchor set right before sunset. It's actually not even as bad here compared to like Bimini and stuff. It's not ideal anchorage, but I can't get closer to land tonight, so this is what we will be dealing with. Hey, don't bite me. Come on. You're free. It's about 7:30. I'm about to start the engine, put the main out, raise the anchor, and get going. Wind is only about 8 knots, and it's gonna be dying as the day goes on, and it's gonna be dead calm for a few days. But it's a lot less rocky than last night when we got here. Sun's up, should be, I don't know, 7-8 hour sail. Let's hope autopilot cooperates, but we're gonna do full sails today and see how it goes. Hopefully we'll find some coral reefs. So that is why I did not go overnight, is because once I get to over there, there starts to be some coral reefs. At least that's what the chart says, so we shall see.
What? You know it's coming. You wanna move?
Showed you guys how I secure my anchor now since I lost it 6 months ago. So I have a clip and I go around the anchor instead of what most people do and clip it to the chain. That way, if any of this breaks, this line is still holding my anchor on the boat. So that's how I safety my anchor now. Look how pretty she is. Talk about a beautiful sail. 5 knots with 8.5 knots of wind. This baby's going off. This is so beautiful. I have turned the engine on because the wind died to 4.5 knots, and I really don't mind, except for the fact that autopilot stopped working about 3 hours in. It just keeps veering to the right. I've put the sensor on a million times. I've held the sensor there. I greased the arm. So right now I have a bungee cord, which is at least holding the steering wheel in place. I just have to adjust every few minutes. So I turn the engine on mainly so I could possibly dive today if it looks like the coral heads are decent. Number two, so I'm not steering for the next 10 hours. I've turned off the breaker, I've turned it on, I've researched, I've done, I don't get it. Last night started working at the end. This morning it was working. It's just, I don't know what to do, so. Excuse you. Is this how today's gonna go? Hey. Hey. You gonna help me anchor? High five. Mako. Today is something. Like I've always said, if you don't love it, you're gonna struggle with doing this stuff. Autopilot didn't work. I go down and fill up my water bottle. I washed my hands after giving Mako some tuna, and there was no water. And I had just turned over to a 70-gallon tank, which means my boat just emptied 70 gallons of fresh water, which takes about 6 hours to make. And those 6 hours that it would take to make that back pretty much drain the batteries. So to put in perspective, that was a lot of power I just lost. Good thing was I motored today, therefore the batteries are a little bit topped up and I can run the water maker for a bit. Other good news, it's sunny, but I've made it. It is beautiful. Looks like a thunderstorm is gonna roll in, afternoon thunderstorm. They usually build over this island. I'm gonna try to troubleshoot autopilot real quick and then jump in because I am hot. Oh, but for the water, one of the hoses has a leak. It's going to one of the bathrooms. I don't have any guests coming, so I just plugged it and I'll get a new hose at some point. That remora is the only thing out here. Not even a shark to go with it.
Mako. Yeah.
It is absolute glass. I'm just catching up on some work. And didn't see much on the drone at all. The coral heads aren't really coral heads that I saw. More like grassy, rocky bottom. And the water's super murky on top of that. But I am in the middle of nowhere. The closest land is 30 miles, and even that is just mangrove swamp stuff. It's not even... yeah. It's nothing. 80 miles from Cuba. We don't get many days like this here in the ocean.
Long as the sun hangs in the sky, long as the winds stay on my side, I will ride. I will ride off into that sunset. You and I ain't done yet. I don't wanna leave, but any second
owe him this much after sailing for 2 days straight. I hope you enjoyed a few days of sailing with me. I am so grateful for all of you that continue to watch, as it gives me the opportunity to take the time to not only explore these beautiful places, but also share them with you. This little trip got better and better as time went on, and I hope you join in next Thursday as I explore one of the most amazing places and days I have ever experienced. And as always, a special thank you goes to my patrons for always lifting me up and keeping this dream going.